Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kahakwadash. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all you Akim and Akhwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yahchanan Nawah, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. It's a lot. And this is a article that I actually seen in the Daily Mail. Scientists call for ban on bacon and ham over chemicals linked to cancer, right? Scientists are calling for a ban on supermarket bacon and ham after the chemicals used in their production were linked to more than 50,000 bowel cancer cases. A coalition of leading scientists says the refusal to ban nitrites, preservatives used to keep processed meats pink and long-lasting. That lets you know right there, Esau is the damn devil. This guy, he props these meats up, and fruits and vegetables. He puts preservatives on them to make them look, fresh and shiny, and for a duration of time that it shouldn't go past. And of course, we're not supposed to be eating no damn pork anyway. And this is the results of going against the scriptures, man. Okay, but it says a coalition of leading scientists says the refusal to ban nitrates, preservatives used to keep processed meats pink and long-lasting, and it's not just pork that they're using this shit in, has come at a devastating human and financial cost, with the NHS in Britain footing an estimated $4 billion bill to treat preventable cancers over the past decade. So now this is over in Britain. Those Edomites, they'll throw a couple of things out there to try and help the people, but these Edomites here in America, they don't give a fuck. They're not about to the FDA and all these different, alphabet letters, CDC. They're not about to come out and tell you to stop eating pork, man. They'll tell you that there is benefits. I've actually seen articles on, or, from their data, they'll tell you that it's benefits in eating pork. And it's not, man. And Jake, our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, got it bad when it comes to pork, man. Especially, I know like a lot of Jake here and where I stay, over, the past couple of decades or whatever, they have become a little bit more health conscious. A lot of people have become a lot more health conscious with technology and social media and, data and, information as to what does what and what does what. People are a little more healthier trying to hit the gym. But of course, Jake in the hood, they don't give a fuck. They're going to eat all this shit. Jake can see this article. They can show you the results of bowel cancer, and Jake's still going to make him a bacon sandwich. He don't care. He's still going to eat. Big Mama still going to boil up pig feet. She's still going to make her chitlins. She's still going to eat her damn pork chops, And not to mention that sausage looked the nastiest. That old ground up sausage patties they be having in the supermarket. I be seeing Eve with that shit in her cart. Like, it's a throw off. You looking at Eve like, damn, she finer than a motherfucker. But that should make you walk away from her ass. Like, nah, I'm good if you putting this in your refrigerator. I don't want to be around you. Anyway, it says their analysis, based on figures from Cancer Research UK and the British Journal of Cancer, estimated that around 5,400 bowel cancer cases each year in the UK are caused by eating processed meats. Treatment costs for each patient average $80,000. Right? And we know that this is a place too that, they're starting with that digital ID, where they're basically telling these people you can't work, and it's going to be mandatory, so you're not going to be able to work if you don't get the digital ID, which that's going to play into your health insurance and whatever, you're not going to be able to see a doctor. You're just going to be at home just in pain and having to go through. I don't even know what a bowel cancer could even, what entails, but anyway. It says the warning comes exactly 10 years after the World Health Organization, the WHO, International Agency of Research on Cancer, classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, placing it in the same risk category as tobacco and asbestos. God damn. So imagine Jake, not only is he fucking his pork up, but he's smoking a pack of Newports a day. And that's a bad mix right there, man. But let me just get the law in this first off, because we're not supposed to eat no swine. And I grew up in the South, man. I was kind of fortunate to actually see pigs or hogs or whatever you want to call them in their natural habitat, man. And them boys is that's a nasty ass animal, man. They'll eat anything. Leviticus 11:7, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Deuteronomy 14:8, and the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean to you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcasses. You're not even supposed to touch the shit. Here you go, Jake. Not only is he touching it, he's chewing it down, man. Juices and shit sliding all down his chin. You know, happy as hell, boy. You know, you even have Jake that, well, I don't eat all the pork. I can't get rid of my bacon. You know, I got my dad and them. He always, he be coming by and he be like, oh yeah, I'm about to go home and I'm make something to eat. I know you don't eat pork. He always start the sentence off like that. But I got some cubed ham, and all right, yeah, you go ahead and you eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, my uncles out and tried to explain to him like, man, you're not supposed to eat. Well, I've been eating it all my life. I'm still alive. Well, okay, but your health is not that good, man, you know? And eventually, you know what I'm saying, it's going to catch up to your ass. And not only, let's just say you don't die from that. It's still, you know what I'm saying, the Lord going to get at your ass anyway. Let's get that, what's that, the one that talks about, it might have been already in there, Salakia. Isaiah, I think it is. Yep, Isaiah 66:3. Oh, no, is that the one? Oh, no, 66:17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Hell, that damn swine is in the same category as a fucking mouse. You think Jacob eat a mouse? I ain't eating no rats. Well, why not? You eating swine? What's the difference? You might as well eat them damn rats. Matter of fact, with this shutdown, this government shutdown, and them food stamps don't come through. Shit, Jake gonna be eating every goddamn thing in sight. You know, it's gonna eventually get down to the point of them boiling up a kid, man. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to pick out which one of their children they gonna get down on. You know? But anyway, let's see what else is in the article. Okay, so $80,000 on average. The warning comes exactly 10 years. Oh yeah. Okay, so we got that already. Damn, it's in the same risk category as tobacco and asbestos, though. That's some dangerous shit. Despite this, ministers have done virtually nothing to reduce Britain's exposure because it's money, man. It's money at it. The lobbyists is being paid. Everybody being paid off, man. According to Professor Chris Elliott, OBE, founder of the Institute of Global Food Security and former government advisor, he said, a decade on from the WHO report, the UK government has done virtually nothing to reduce exposure to nitrites, the curing agents that make these products pink, long-lasting, but also create nitrosamines, compounds known as trigger cancer. Every year of delay means more preventable cancers, more families affected, and greater strain on the NHS. The scientists who work on the original WHO report have now written to Health Secretary Wes Streeting, urging him to ban nitrites and processed meats. Well, if they do that, guess what? You know, what you're going to see is that shit is going to be pretty much overall, you know, people are eating rotted meat because it's got that preservative in it to keep it looking the way that it looks, even though, you know, that shit has been done, you know. That's the reason why, you know, in the ancient days, generally, what you would do is, you know, if you killed an animal, you pretty much demolished that shit that day. You know, it wasn't like, you know, meats sitting in a damn supermarket for weeks at a time and still looking at it like it's just right off the, you know, just slaughtered, so to speak. But Esau, he does stuff like that. You know, real slick trickery, man. This man is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. He's not righteous, man. He doesn't care about his own people. These people don't care about anything except profit, man. Matter of fact, let me get that scripture on, because see, we do eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. But goddamn, you gonna add fuel to the fire by eating this shit. You know, we try, you know, at least we try and we try and do our best. You know what I'm saying? But what we're going to the supermarket to get, even though it's all fucked up. But goddamn, you gonna add swine to the mix? Cigarettes? And there was a time where, you know, I'm not gonna front, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you know, before I came into this truth, you know, I smoked cigarettes and I ate fucking swine. You know what I'm saying? I didn't eat it crazy often like that, but still overall I ate it though. I can't front as if I didn't eat the shit. You know what I'm saying? But this is Ezekiel 4:13. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. So yeah, you know, it's Jake all over there. And a lot of these cancers over there, it's probably more than likely on Jake too. Could be some Israelites that's looking like Edomites over there as well. You know, because a lot of these nations, these heathen, like Moab, the so-called Chinese, Japanese, you know, all these different nations, man, they can eat whatever the fuck and live to be 100 years old. When it comes to Jake, nah, the Lord gave us strict dietary law, man, on what we could eat and what we couldn't eat. And the shit that Jake be eating is fucking them up. Not to mention, here you go. Not only is Jake eating the swine, smoking a pack of cigarettes per day, he's eating every damn thing in the ocean. All that damn seafood broiled shit or whatever they call it. You know, he's eating all the abominable foods that the Lord told him not to eat. Then you wondering why Big Mama is just out here fucked up. You know, every time you look up, matter of fact, you see younger people on those scooters in Walmart now, you know, big as hell. Fucking 400 pounds, 500 pounds, easy. Just stressing that scooter, squeaking through fucking Walmart, making all that damn noise. What's the lock here, man? Let's see what else is in here. We'll end out. I mean, pretty much the point is made. Okay, it says their landmark report published in 2015 analyzed data from more than 800 studies and found that for every 50 grams of processed meat eaten a day, the risk of colorectal cancer increased by 18%. Experts say it is specifically the combination of nitrates and processing methods used in meat such as bacon, ham, and sausages that generates carcinogen compounds when consumed. Currently, up to 90% of bacon sold in the UK is thought to contain nitrates, which have been linked to not only bowel cancer, but also breast and prostate cancer. Okay, all right. Fucking these women up, man. Professor Robert Turitsky of University of Minnesota, who contributed to the original WHO report, said when the IARC report was published in 2015, evidence linking processed meat to cancer was strong. A decade later, it's even stronger, and many preventable cancers have likely occurred. The evidence now calls for public health action. In their letter, the coalition urges the health secretary to mandate clear front or pack warnings of nitrate-cured products, highlighting the cancer risk to consumers. See, this is Esau right here. He goes half-assed when it comes to a real cure. Just get rid of it. No, he's saying, no, put the shit on the label so they can make the decision to fuck themselves up. Just like on the cigarette packages, right? You know, this may cause cancer. Because if it was up to Esau, he wouldn't put that shit on there. You know, it was a law that kind of came up, you know, I'm not sure what year. But, you know, and people didn't stop. You know, people didn't, you know, Jake didn't stop smoking fucking. Hey, Jake was out here marching against them getting rid of menthol cigarettes at one point. I'm talking about literally out here marching. Talking about how crime, I don't know if it's a bunch of crazy shit. Like, dude, you know, it wasn't like they was just getting rid of banning cigarettes altogether, but they was talking about getting rid of the menthol. You know, and Jake was out here marching and fussing over that shit. So, you know, a lot of them niggas, you know, probably, hey, anyway, that's Jake, though. Jake don't care, man. You can put this label on there all you want to. Jake don't give a fuck. You still going, I gotta have my bacon. Okay, they says, they also call for long-term plan to phase out nitrates use in all processed meats sold in the UK, backed by regulatory measures to ensure compliance and funding to help smaller producers switch to safer alternatives. Although nitrite-free bacon and ham, often sold as naked bacon, are available, they make up just 5 to 10% of the market, with almost all mass-produced bacon sold in supermarkets containing nitrates. Yeah, because they sit that shit can sit there forever, man, until somebody buy that pack of bacon, and it'll still look super fresh. It says the experts have also written to the European Union Health and Food Safety Commissioner, urging similar action while acknowledging that the EU has already begun to reduce permitted nitrate levels. Professor Elliott, who also led the government's investigation into the horse meat scandal. See, motherfuckers eating horse meat. Not supposed to be eating no shit like that. Said manufacturers should adopt natural curing alternatives already proven safe and effective. He added, every year of delay means more preventable cancers, more families affected, and greater strain on the NHS. Okay, but anyway, you get the point, man. Esau don't care. This motherfucker, man, he's all about that money, man. He's all about that money. Because in our kingdom, you ain't gonna eat no more. You ain't gonna have no pork to eat, nigga. Matter of fact, though, it's still gonna be. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out. Me speaking as a man, you know what I'm saying? But there could be hogs and pigs and shit like that still on the planet, which I'm pretty certain of. You know what I'm saying? Just me speaking as a man that will do the job that it was meant to do. And there are gonna be some of these heathen that are gonna get caught up eating that shit, and we gonna fuck their asses up. Because you're not supposed to be eating this, man. And see, when we come into power, people are gonna be a lot healthier, man. They're gonna be a lot healthier because we're gonna be going by the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, which gives life. Esau, he goes totally against the scriptures, man. Damn big ass hawk, man. This nigga just flew over my head, boy, with a shadow of a nigga. He out in the damn squirrels and shit, skating. But see, like even with this hawk I'm looking at right now, that hawk, man, he has a job to do. He does his job. He's a scavenger, and that's pretty much about what that's the spirit. That's what these pigs and hogs are, man. They're like, they're here to do a job of cleaning and keeping garbage. They're like, human. I mean, they're like garbage disposal, pretty much overall. That's what they're for, man. Here you go. You got Esau. He done put garbage eaters into to a market of people really just going. People really just go. They really go and get this shit from the supermarket, and this shit is expensive too. A lot of this stuff is expensive. You know what I'm saying? I haven't, because I just see people with that shit in their buggy like, ugh, but certain shit, these heathen charge Jake an enormous amount, man, to get a bucket of them fucking chitlins, man. Shit like that. Oh, it's a delicacy. Yeah, it's a part of our history. It's soul food. Like, bitch, get the hell out of here. There's too much better shit to be eating to be talking that shit, man. Get the hell out of here with some damn, our ancestors. Okay, well, your ancestors ate it because there wasn't shit else to eat like that. And actually, they didn't have to eat that. Because there was other shit that they could have ate other than that shit, man. Jake just foul as hell like that, man. Anyway. All right, let me get this one, too. Yeah, Esau, man, he's a destroyer of the planet, man. He takes the things out of the planet that's needed to actually clean the planet and the waters. That goes into your fish as well. Catfish. Jake fucked some catfish up, man. You're not supposed to be eating catfish. The Lord clearly gave a description that you only eat things out of the waters with fins and scales. Catfish doesn't have scales. It has fins. And that's one nasty ass fish, man. I think I may have tried that once. That's just a terrible tasting fish. Oh, it tastes just like trash. That's what they eat though. They're scavengers, man. They clean, they're the ones that clean the dead feces and, the other fish that have died in the waters. They scavenge that stuff up to keep the waters clean so you can actually eat the fresh fish, man. So Esau, what he has done, he has scraped every damn thing out of the ocean that keeps the ocean fresh. So now all the shit is floating up to the middle and the top of the ocean where the fresh things that you're supposed to eat are contaminated. This man don't care, man. Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, which we're praying, man, and we're part of that, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And this is what this man is doing, man. He is completely destroying the earth, and as he's destroying the earth, the health of the people is down. You got to, be born and one day die, but goddamn, Esau, he accelerates death, man. This motherfucker is nothing but death. And then, the scripture says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein, who is he? Because he's the one that's writing the laws, for this kind of stuff to go on. Who you think owns these, or running these agencies, man, with these alphabets? Because the FDA here don't give a fuck about nothing that's going into your food. Yeah, this man got to go down, man. It's really, you taking a chance eating anything in this man's kingdom, man. Not to mention, you got to come out and breathe the air that he's fucking up as well. The water is all fucked up, So hey, we're in a fucked position, man. We just need out of this man's kingdom, man. So I'm gonna end out there, man. I pray that the lesson was edifying. With that, Kwam Yasha'Allah, you may be able to explain certain stuff like this to your people, but overall, they're not going to get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't give a fuck, man. So they got to die to death, man. They got to be destroyed and punished, man. The Lord will show their asses. All we can do is warn them. If they don't listen, whether they hear it for beer, we have to warn them. So with that, shalom.